Hello everyone. Welcome to the day two of the Power Platform Fundamental Training. We are doing this training as part of the, as you know, we doing this training as part of the upskilling program by sbPowerDev. What we have discussed, we'll see. This is the day two. We will first understand what we have done on the day one and what all topics do we have covered on day one, and then we'll shift to what we are going to do today. Today, a lot of mm, hands-on workshop experiences will be there. Not practically hands-on; it's a live session. But no worries, you can always book a group session with us, as we have already mentioned in our all the communication emails as well, and you can find us on our LinkedIn and the other social media as well. You can or alternatively send us an email on the contact us at the rate sbPowerDev.com, and we'll be more than happy to take a free group session on Power Platform fundamentals for you. Okay, so a quick just quickly about what we do as a company. So we are a group of Microsoft certified developers. As an organization, what we do is we make sure that all the technical staff, whether they are involved in the business analytics, or whether they are involved in data analytics, or they are involved in any development activity, of they are getting in, or if they are in touch with the end user, uh, direct in touch with the end user, they should have some sort of technical certifications from the Microsoft, justifying their experiences, justifying their knowledge, and putting a stamp on it. On the bottom left corner, what you'll see is there's a QR code. You can quickly scan that QR code to visit us, to visit our website. There'll be a link for you to contact us there. There'll be a link. This is the QR code, bottom left corner. go ahead, scan it. You can so there'll be a link to contact us to know our location. If you want to meet in person, even that's fine. If you want to send us an email, set up a free technical consultation session, that is fine as well. Now, as a team of certified developers, what we offer is an offshore development team for you. If your business has any urgent needs for technical expertise, you can hire us. We'll be providing the technical guidance from the start of the project to the end of the delivery. All the points are taken care by us. The technical and the non-technical part, the complete offshore development experience will be delivered from our side. Then we do data analytics as well, corporate trainings. We are into the application development, whether it's a business application, no code, low code, or whether it's a cloud-based application. Which requires extensibility. We'll be more than happy to deliver that, and we are more than qualified to deliver that as well. Then we have on-demand support. See, on-demand support, we also offer some packages which you can combine with multiple services and just look forward to how much hours of billing you want to do. That's what we offer. Our AF expertise is not limited to what you see on the website, but yes, these are the top skills that we have in our company. That includes Azure, Power Platform, SharePoint, Teams. So whether it's a consultation session, whether you are looking for a team to get the project delivered, we have some excellent deliveries that we have done. You can visit our website, our YouTube channel, to see our success stories, to see the case studies that we have done, and definitely will help you through whatever the issue or the digitalization journey that you are envisioning to. Okay, that was about us. Now, quickly about me, I started this company and with the sole reason of doing the subtle and powerful development. And as the company tagline says, subtle and powerful development. We believe in it. I personally believe in it, and I make sure that is executed across all the projects. For me, I am a data analyst. I am also a functional consultant. I'm also a app maker for the Power Platform, and I've been a Microsoft certified trainer for the last 3 years. You can scan this QR code to visit my LinkedIn profile, be in touch with me. We'll be more than happy to guide you on anything you want, whether it's an entrepreneurial journey or whether it's a technical thing. Anything you can reach me out for this. Cool. So let's quickly jump to the topic. Yesterday, what we did was we looked into these topics. We worked on Power BI, we worked on Power, we looked into Power Apps, we did a did an overview of Power Automate, and we understand the connector in depth as well. There are some things which you generally don't get to listen across the data that is available on the internet. I am a very keen reader of Microsoft learning documents, so that's where I gain my knowledge from, and I try and transfer this knowledge to as many people as I can. So go ahead, watch the part one. Part one should be available to you as a recording, or it should be available in snippets on our YouTube channel. So you can go there and have a look at the part one as well, or you can request a complete session recording in advance from us as well. Okay, now what we are covering today. For today, we will be covering one of the most hot topics that are there in the Power Platform. That is the AI Builder, Dataverse, Power for Agents, and Power Pages. Power Pages have been is a recent add-on that has been provided by Microsoft, but it's a replacement of a portal that used to exist earlier, but that used to fall under the category of Power Apps. Now it is separate as Power Pages. These are external facing websites. For Power Virtual Agents, this is how you build the chatbots. With a click of finger, within 10-15 minutes, without defining long, complex coding, without taking in much resources, you can simply go ahead and build your virtual agent with the existing resources. Just having to know the in and out of your business process. If you know the business process, any citizen developer, any person who is not into the technical side can also go there and do some level of chatbot development on this particular tool. Yes, all these platforms are low code, but definitely not no code. Okay, so you need some sort of coding experience. That's where the advanced level comes in. But definitely, you can contact us for the advanced level. But today we'll be covering the basic fundamentals. We'll try to understand what all these services do, including Dataverse, AI Builder as well. Now, quickly on to quickly on to the topic that we'll be going on today. The again, sorry. So these are the slides from the day one. So we'll quickly just go through. We did a quick demo of one of our application, that is SP Task Minder. We understood what data connectors were. We worked on we understood how the Power Automate works, how the Power Apps is useful to us, what is Power Apps. One part of the Power Apps we discussed yesterday, that is Canvas application, and the other part we'll be discussing today, that is the model-driven application. That will come. We'll do a demo of the same as well. But this is these are the snippets of SP Task Minder, again a task management tool with task management tool with the possibility of having master tasks, having automatic task assignment, proper approvals, task summary, and everything in one single application. So, again, want to know more about this product? Please do contact us. Okay, so now we also discussed Power BI. SBI Task Minder also come with the business analytics, where as in we are showing at the department level and a summary of what all the tasks have been done and what all tasks are pending and so on. So quick summary of the organizational level. You can be business units as well and the other slices. Okay, now topic for the day. Before we start on to Power Virtual Agents or Power Pages or let's say AI Builder, what we need to understand is the basics that is going behind, and even in the model-driven applications, what is the backend, where it is running on, what is that it is exactly built on. Okay, that's a very important topic. Dataverse is one of the most upcoming, or rather, I would say, a very highly adopted data platform, which cloud-based data platform, which companies are quickly jumping to. They are adopting on the Dataverse. They are going to the Dataverse because of its extensibility, because of the security and other things. But there's a quick fact regarding Dataverse, which you will not generally find on the internet with other videos. But definitely you can find that when you read the Microsoft documents. If your source of knowledge is Microsoft documents, then you know about common data model. But if not, then this another minute is a quick summary of what common data model is. So Dataverse is basically designed on a common data metadata platform or a common data modeling platform named as Common Data Model. This Common Data Model has been running, has been the main source of structuring behind this Dataverse. So it defines that that your database should have certain predefined entities, should have a predefined structure. Why is that so? Because so that all the applications that are being built on that data model, it's not just the Microsoft Dataverse, other companies are also adopting to common data model. So if any application is built on that, then that application is expected to have certain entities, certain set of data that is common, and that makes the business process very easy. So whether you are planning to shift from a specific tool, tool A to tool B, If it is based on common data model, the data transfer between the two services becomes a piece of cake. So, common data model, you can study about it, search for this word, read the details, what it is, what all different entities it covers. Uh, and that's how you'll understand where the Dataverse, on what the Dataverse is built on. Now, we discussed about, okay, the day we have now we have discussed about data model. Okay, what data model, what data common data model is, and on which the Dataverse is built on. But let's understand Dataverse further. While understanding Dataverse, it's a complete cloud-based solution in terms of cloud-based solution where you get to use a is at a data service as a data service and at the so it's not your traditional database where you're going into SQL, putting in the data, writing the queries, and so on. It's more graphic user interface dependent model where you easily get to see a good graphic interface. You go and interact with this particular page and put in your create, and you will see a demo just how we can create different tables and how does that work on? How does that work? It has so from the security standpoint of view, authentication here works on using the Azure Active Directory protocols. It also features your it also features your authorization down to the row and the field level, and also provide a good amount of auditing capabilities. Along with that, it say the generally your data is data, but the business logic is either running on the application or it's running on the workflow. But in this case, what you can do is you can make sure that your database itself has a business logic, so that regardless of where the data input is coming from, the business logic is implemented to the data. It could be any logic ranging from, let's say, setting up a calculated field value based on the other fields input, or it could be, let's say, if let's say making a field required based on the amount of the input. Okay, let's assume one scenario. There is a expense management application, and what you want to do is, if the per employee expense goes above $10, then in that case it is mandatory to put in the manager reporting manager name. So that sort of validation, generally that goes into the application end, but in our case this can be implemented directly into the data table. Okay. Now, those who are coming from the traditional tables sources, data tables, and the SQL and Oracle, to just a bit of naming conventions here and there. So earlier, we in the table in this case used to be referred as entities. Now they are renamed as table. Dataverse used to be called as CDS, Common Data Service. Now it is named as Dataverse. So all of these are same entities, refers to tables. Within tables, you have columns, but earlier it used to be referred as fields as well. So all that if you hear entities, it is tables. If you hear fields, it is columns. So tables and columns. This so that you don't get confused. All your data is being stored on the Azure cloud. That is one of the advantage that you get, and scaling of the Azure cloud, we all know, is a good scalable database and can be easily extended to support any application. Uh, also, now with this, generally we get the since it is hosted on the Azure cloud, it also gives us the benefit of being available globally. Okay, and other such advantages for the Dataverse are also there. You can read about it further in the details, or watch our videos on our YouTube channel. All the updates, latest updates, everything comes there. We make sure that we keep the videos up to 4 to 5 minutes, less than 4 to 5 minutes, so that it helps you on quickly to get the update. Okay, what is going on, and rather than putting in long videos or something like that. Cool. Let's shift to the okay. Before jumping to Power Virtual Agents, let's quickly go to the demo and see uh, how this Dataverse looks like in the real life and what all can be done on the base of that. Okay, so let me quickly pull my screen. So this is again a live demo session, so you'll be seeing a lot of screen changing in here and there. So please bear with me if you see a blank logo screen for a couple of seconds in between. Okay, so this is how your Dataverse looks like. Now, in this case, so if you go to meet.powerapps.com, what you'll realize on the left-hand side in the navigation, there's an option for tables. If you don't see that option, then more, and then you can pin that tables here directly. Otherwise, it's generally pinned. But if you don't see it, then tables is go for. Tables put you directly into the Dataverse. So, okay. Within Power Platform, we have concepts of environment. Okay, so now okay, so data segregation and the application segregation is done on the basis of different environments. So, the scenario I can give you is, let's say you have a production environment, you have a development environment, and UAT environment. So this is how you can segregate, or based on your business function as well. Your finance can have a different environment. So all the applications that are built, whether it's a Canvas application, whether it's a model-driven application, whether it's a simple Power Automate workflow, all of them can be put together and isolated in one single environment, so that whosoever have access to that particular environment gets to use all the services, and if anything is being built in that particular environment is specific to that environment only. Now, in this case, on the top right, you can see we've created an upskilling environment. It's the name Upskilling that we've created here. Now, each environment comes with two options: whether you can have the environment with the database, or you can have environment with no database. The database in this case is Dataverse. Okay, so once you opt to have, so if you create a new environment, just make sure that you opt for creating a database. Only then you will be able to see these tables here. Otherwise, if you don't intend to use the Dataverse in that environment, so then in that case you can opt out of that as well. So now in this case we have the data base implemented as well. So in this case we have the tables here. So as I told you that in this case there are some for Dataverse, there are some tables that are predefined. Okay, so there are many set of tables that are predefined. Okay, another good fact for your knowledge is Teams, Microsoft approvals, your Dynamics, every Dynamics tool, some of the Dynamics tool connect to SQL as well, depending on scaling, but some are built directly on the Dataverse. So in the back end for Power Automate, for Power Apps, for the entire Power Platform, except Power BI, in the Power BI as well, the workspaces, all the data is being stored. Even for Teams, some this data is being stored in the Dataverse. So each company has a default environment, and that comes with the Dataverse enabled. So all that data is being stored there and managed. Some of the data is hidden to us, and some of the data is available to us. So the basic tables that you will see here: account, address, appointment. So all these tables that should contain some sort of basic information is coming directly is built into the Dataverse as part of that common data model we were talking about. So if there's any other application built on the common data model schema or the rules, then in that case, these tables should be present in that as well. So business unit, contact information, and email, all of that comes along with that common data model. Now, all these tables So account by default within the table. So this is the view. It has certainly this has recently been released and it's a new one. So if you have seen Dataverse previously, then there was a different schema that was available, different view that was available. But now it's a more linear approach where you get to see the data directly, where you get to see all the other options without without having to do multiple clicks here and there. So this is how your Dataverse table configuration looks like. Now, in this case, what you can do is you can have, if you see, they within the account there are already 143 existing columns. Okay, you can have additional columns if you want. So all the tables that have been existing previously can you can edit them to have new columns, but generally, if your business needs it being sufficed by creating a couple of columns, then it's okay. You use the existing tables and create new one. And otherwise, go ahead with creating new tables. So this is how it looks like. Each table has its own forms, has its own views. Form can be, we'll see the sample of forms and views. Can have charts, have specific relationship with different tables, uh, keys, primary key, and foreign key, and so on. What are the other business rules? We discussed that business rules can be applied here as well. We'll not be showing deep dive into this, but yes, can be done. Now, in our case, we have two custom tables that we have done here. So one is training table, which contains the information. We open the training one and the attendee one. Okay. So in this scale training table, what we have done is we have created. So by default, it automatically has created by all the basic information is has to be there as part of that common data model adoption. Now, in this case, what we have done is we created four different columns: name, batch, start date, and end time, to define what all trainings are there and what all batches are there. This is the training information that we are collecting. If we go to the forms, there are different forms based on how different form is used in the different condition within the model driven application. We'll be using for today's demo, we'll be using the main form only. So let's quickly see what is there in the main form. So again, this is the editing layout that you have, where you can change the form. On the left hand side, what you see is the columns that you can use, and then what you have as the now as the form structure that you can see here that is being displayed. If you want to add a certain library files and everything, you can do that. If you want to put up a business rule, that's where it is built on. So you can, again, as we understood earlier, we business rule directly on the data level. You can add different sections as well, divided into different layouts. But let's keep our focus here. So in this case, what we do is let's say we remove this. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so we want to let's say these on the left hand side. These are the fields that we are looking that we have here. So generally, when you create a table, it comes only with the name field and the owner field. For the other fields, what you can do is you can simply drag them from here and carry over here. Whatever fields you can change will not have a log, and whatever fields are fixed, like created by and so on, will have a log here to be closed so that you can't change those values. Now, once you are done with all the changes that you want to do, you simply save and publish this form. Once this is saved and published, it will be available to the rest of the audience as well. Now, if we go here, what we are doing here is, in this case, let's go back to the training form. we are editing the data directly here. Okay, but what you can do is you can build an app over this. Now the app we are talking about here is okay. Before we jump to the app, let's quickly see the views as well. In case of view, these are different views, and you can create your own view as well. So in our case, the active view can have the data we want. We can simply drag the fields that we have in that particular table to be represented on that view. Once we save and publish, so that view is saved. Now, similar to the view, we also have charts. So you can have your charts created, you can have your dashboards created along with that. So if you have charts, dashboards consume the charts that are existing within that table. Uh, Now, what we have done is we have built an app using both these tables. So we'll quickly open that application. Now, before we do a walkthrough of this application, let's understand what is the difference between a Canvas application and a model-driven application. Canvas application gives you a blank canvas where you can design everything from the ground up. Okay, you don't have any limitation on the designing, as we saw in our NSP Task Finder. The design was completely in-house development. There was no specific design rules or specific design limitations that we had to follow. But yes, it was completely built from ground up. Watch day one training to understand that better. Now, these model-driven applications are built on the database. Canvas applications are built to have a specific design, and then we can use the data from multiple sources to have multiple different sources, whether it's the data is coming from SharePoint or whether it's coming from the Dataverse. We can have multiple data sources combined together into one application to basically have that application up and running. In this case, the data is coming from the Dataverse only, model driven. Yes, we can connect to SharePoint database, and there are other possibilities as well, but basically it is built over Dataverse tables only. Now, it has a fixed layout. On the left hand side, you see a navigation. There's a fixed layout. What you can change as you can add multiple tables here, the trainings and the attendees. So multiple tables can be added here. This panel can be renamed and so on. But on the left hand side, the moment you select a table, a view comes in. Okay, so these views are here. Now, what you can do is you can, as we discussed, we can have the charts as well. So this is here showing that how many Power Platform fundamental training registration has come in, how many Azure fundamentals training has come in. Just showing the count. Okay. Now, this you can all create a new one. So this is where we are talking about the form. That's where the form comes in. And similarly for the training as well. So you have different trainings. Once you click on this one, that takes you to the form. Once you edit this, see, created by, now once you edit this, record, you want to edit this record, you can directly do and then save and close it, whatever it is, whatever changes you want to do. And also you can see all the related tables, okay, tables data. So if I want to see the attendees, I can quickly go and see the attendees data that is connected to this particular table, okay. Now, this is what but in this case, the entire layout is more or less fixed. Okay, what you get to do is the changes into, so the changes are done for whether I want to do a change in a chart or whether I want to do a change in the form. Changes are done at the data level. Okay, so you go to that particular table, you make the form change, you make the table change, you make the chart change, and those changes are automatically reflected here. If I'm changing a view to have a certain condition, it will be automatically reflected here. So changes here, in that case, in the case of Canvas application, the everything is being driven from the application standpoint of view, whereas in case of data model driven, the entire model driven this application is based on how your database is modeled. That's why the name model driven. Cool. Let's quickly quickly see once we edit this application, how does the editing pane looks like to us. So this is how this is just Studio, the model driven application studio where you do the editing and the other things. Now on the left hand side, what you see is navigation. So that's what we were talking about. These are the changes we can do. So let's say if I want to remove this, it will automatically get reflected here. But let's say if I want to put it back, then this is what it is. Training info, I can put in here, trainings view. So if I, let's say I'll go to the trainings, I'll put in here. If I want to add anything new, these are the different options I can add. I can add a link to the URL as well, which will take to us to a different site. So let's quickly add one. Let's say we are pointing to our company website. Okay, so here you can see that this particular link has been added. That's how you make the change. But all the changes to the form, if I go here, the change to the form is being done. If I want, is being done at the data level. If I want to make any change, if I click on this, it will take me to that particular tables form view where I can get to change the form, but not at the application. It is done at the data level. So this is your model-driven application. The advantage that it has over the canvas, since the layout is already designed for you, if your data modeling is done, then in that case you can easily get an application up and running within few minutes on this one. But there's a lot more things that goes into model-driven application. That is something you can easily learn and study about, or you can watch our videos that are there on our YouTube channel to get the latest updates, or contact us. We can arrange the corporate trainings for you, or Microsoft Learn documents, the best way to go for. Cool. So once I've done the changes, I'll quickly publish this. Once this is published, if I play, I have this page as well. So if it clicks, it takes us to our website. Otherwise, the trainings and everything, you can change the view from here. So if I want to see inactive trainings, I want to see inactive attendees and so on. That's what it is. So this is your model-driven application, how it's look like. Okay, now let's quickly go to the next topic that we have here. So if you again, if you have any questions, if you have any doubts, please feel free to put those questions and doubts in our Q&A section. It is open to all. We'll try and answer these sessions, answer this question within the session, or at the end of the session, we'll try and answer those questions over email to you as well, if in case we are exceeding the session limit. Cool. Let's quickly jump to our next topic of the day, power virtual agents. Now, what we have seen is that from the data standpoint of view, everything is being there on the Dataverse. In this case as well, in the backend, all the data is now being maintained on the Dataverse. So now in this one, Power Virtual Agents, what it actually does. Okay, now Power Virtual Agent basically gives you a simple to use a layman tool which can be easily done with a drag and drop, and it gets a chatbot ready for you. Okay, let's quickly jump to the site to see how this particular schema looks like. So here what we have, this is the overview here. So this chatbot, it's not just that it's a basic chatbot, it's a full-fledged chatbot that you can publish to multiple different services. If we go here to any service like Facebook, Teams, yes, Slack. So based on how you want to do, you can publish these chatbot there. Now, you are not doing the basic coding and everything, but what you are doing is you are putting in your business process here, okay, to make sure, putting in your business process here to make the chatbot understand how that process works, and rest of the thing the chatbot takes care, whether it's understanding the finding the correct phrases, whether it's understanding whether the person human language interpretation, that's what we call it in terms of uh, the chatbots and the AI, all of that can be automatically done by this chatbot. So in this case, all the workflow is being driven by topics. Okay. In this case, once we define a particular workflow, we call it as a topic. So it could be a simple, let's say, a greeting one. Okay. In this case, let's take a very basic topic. Okay. What we have here is we have defined, okay, these are the phrases that you should look for. Once these phrases are found in any particular list or table, or sorry, in any particular message, whether it's a vocal or it's a text message, you respond in this way. Okay. We defined a response here, and once we have done this, and then this particular topic is finished. But topics can be a bit complex or based on what our scenario is. The scenario for the testing what I've taken is the upskilling training registration. Okay. In this case, the moment any of these phrases comes up in our conversation with this chatbot, it will follow this particular topic where it will initially ask us a question that okay, which topic, which particular track you want to look into. Then based on each track, based on each track, what the value is, it will record, and then all of the track leads to the same question: which batch are you targeting? Then based on the batch, again, it saves the value, and then what it does is it's basically diverts it to the question where it's asking the person's name and then person email, and then it will send a message. Not just that, now in this case, what we are doing is we are also uh, integrating the Power Automate here. Okay, let's Power Automate here. So this Power Automate, what it does is it basically sends an email to the end user, okay, that you have registered with the link, and also make sure that this entry is made into our Dataverse table, the trainings table that we were looking at right before this particular. So the attendees table in the Dataverse that we were looking just before this. Let's quickly test this chatbot. I'll start a new session here. Okay, so again, the name for the chatbot is Upskilling Guide. So it's greeting you right at the start, as in I'm the Upskilling Guide, how I can help you, and so on. So what you do is now, let's say I ask him, upskill me. Okay. The moment I ask upskill me, what you will see is it is here at this particular point. It has recognized the phase, and then it is asking me a question with the options that are available here. So let's say I want to do an Azure AI fundamentals, then it asks me which batch I want to do. Let's say I say weekend batch, then it is asking me my name. Let me enter my full name. Okay. Then it is asking me for my email ID. Okay. The moment I enter the email ID, it's posts a message that you have successfully registered for this particular training. That is where we are at the end of this particular message. And the link has been sent to this particular email ID. Let's quickly check whether we have received the email or not. And yes, we have received the email just right there. Okay. So this is the naming. Now, apart from this email, what it is doing is it is also pulling that data or putting the data directly into the attendees list here. So this is the record, is your AI fundamental and registered. This is the time, this is the training, and this. So this is connected to the Dataverse table and not just Dataverse table. Once you have the Power Automate integrated within the chatbot, it can connect to all the 675 different connectors that it can. It has the potential to. Whether you want to put up your request, you want to pull the data from any particular data source, whether it's your Outlook or you want to send an email on the Outlook, get the data, or whether you want to put it on the SharePoint or on the Dataverse, or whether you want to get some data from your Azure SQL or on-premise SQL and so on. Everything can be managed directly from this chatbot since it has the capability to accommodate the Power Automate workflow. Okay. Now let's quickly look at the workflow how that workflow is running in the back end. So this is the workflow. In this case, let me open up that run history only directly. So this run history. This is run history here. Okay, so what it is was it was triggered by the Power Virtual Agent when it reached that particular topic, that particular node of that topic. Then it initialized few variable. One is the training ID and the other one is the batch code. It is more related to the how Dataverse works. Again, topic one level above of this training. So you can have a separate training on this, or you can visit our resources that are there on our website to get a hold of this. Immediately, it is sending out an email. At the same time, it is getting the trainings list. Then by verifying which training request it matches to, and then make that training, and then make that entry as an attendee into the attendees list. So a quick look at the workflow that is running in the backend for this one. Again, any questions, any doubts, anyone, please go ahead, put it in the Q&A section, and we'll be more than happy to answer. Okay. So now I hope what Power Virtual Agents are, how it works on a higher level is clear to you, but we can, again, this is what we are showing you. What we are showing you here is just the basics of it to make you understand what this tool do and how does these tools work. But to get a better understanding, you need to do a much much deeper dive into these topics and understand what these tools do. Again, reach out to us at any point of time, and we'll be more than happy to help you. Jumping back to our presentation, something I don't like, demo is the one we should do, but yes, basic presentation guides us what to do next. Now, next, what we are looking at is the Power Pages. Now, first of all, what these Power Pages are. Okay, so these Power Pages basically provide us a low-code platform again to build the external website. So far, what we were doing is we were talking about the activities within the company. So application building that is done in the Power Apps within the organization, within the Microsoft tenant, within the Microsoft credentials. The Power Automate as well works. Yes, it can communicate to the outside application with the proper authentication, but all the automation and the digitalization work we were trying to achieve with the Power BI, Power Apps is generally meant for the intranet side of the company. Now, once it's come to the external side, so external side building, it's for some companies it's a very tedious process where you write down the full React code, full Ruby code, and so on and so on. There are many different languages that companies go for, and you can go for. But what Power Pages offer you is a low-code platform where you can easily drag and drop to do all these changes and make an external website for the end user. Okay. Now, the most important point that comes in here, how secure it is. So it comes with the, it's basically have the security in its core, and it makes sure that the organization users can get access to the organized data, and no one else, unless they are authorized. So complete security protocols are followed. It is hosted on the Azure App Services and has Azure App Services. Now, Azure App Services is well established thing, and we know it runs on the, it has all the ISO and the SOC and the PCI DSS compliance. All of these compliance are there in the Azure services. So automatically Power Pages come along with that. Also, it supports the TLS 1.2. So, along with the DDoS protection. Now, all that can be done, and there are many other security features that these pages come pre-built with. Now, in our case, let's quickly see how the layout looks like, how the editor looks like, and what we can do to better make this page go live easily. Okay, give me 1 second, please. Okay, so please note down this URL, sbpp.powerappsportals.com. So this is the, so all these websites come with the powerappsportal.com as the end user URL. And you can change this part of the picture easily. Now, this is just a sample site, a sample that we have created for this demo purpose. But yes, you can use this URL, visit this website, and let me open up the QR code here. So you can quickly scan this QR code to get to this site and see it is accessible to you as well, not because this site is meant for the external facing users. Now, how does this site editor looks like? So it's a plain straightforward way, as in you have all the pages. You can add new page if you want. You get to see the page hierarchy directly here. You can go to that particular page, make the changes like a simple add a section, column 1, 2 section. How do you want to make it look? Whether you want to add an image to the site, we add an image here, or whether you want to, let's say, not image, but okay. Move this quickly, add a text, some sort of text here, and simple. We can make these changes easily, nothing. No coding required here. We can put up the fonts as well. We can put up the video as well, and so on and so on. Once we are done with this, we can work on the styling part of it. We can define the theme that we are working on. We can define the different fonts that we are taking. If we have any data specific to this particular site, we can create new table specific to this site and make available to the user. Then all the setup part of it is something, again, a bit out of scope of what we are doing today, understanding what this application does. So this is how your editor looks like. The best part of this is, okay, now somewhere down the line, no, Shitij, we are comfortable with the codes, but what we prefer is that we don't want to manage the hosting platform and everything. We just simply want that we should be able to edit the direct code of this page as well. Then in that case, you can do that as well with the edit code here. That will open this code into the Visual Studio Code for you, and you can make the changes directly on the VS Code. Cool. Once you press the sync button, it syncs all the changes with the current website that is there. So if we quickly open the website that we have here and we go to the pages, you should see the change that we have done as easy as that. So no lengthy process, no code migration and everything. All the changes directly done here. Cool. Any questions, anyone? More than happy to address that. Okay. These were Power Pages. Again, site, external facing site for you. You can have more than one site based on your license, which license you are holding, and the other things. You can set up a sign-in page as well, and there are many other features that you can go for in the case of Power Pages. Okay, okay, yes, on the left-hand side menu, you already have the predefined templates. If you want to start with these templates, you can preview these templates as per your needs, use them, make them edit, and you can have your company website ready within hours as compared to months. Now, let's jump back to our presentation. Now I hope we all are clear what Power Pages are. Let's quickly jump to the last and the most interesting section. I've kept this at the end because it's a very interesting section that we can that everyone is generally interested in, and with the ChatGPT, the entire world is focusing now on the AI, and we all want to get a taste of it. But the problem comes in when we think the AI of we want to set up a process within our company, and the problem that we are facing as of now is that we don't have any in-house developer, or we don't have that budget where we hire a team to get the entire AI coding done for you and start it from scratch. Then you build up a model, you train that model, and so on and so on. So it is and then you manage the resources on which that AI model is being hosted. So it's a very tedious process if you're doing from the ground up. That has its own advantages in some cases. Some general scenarios are, some scenarios are specific to your business need. Then in that case, yes, you have to go for something from scratch. But now with so much of advancement in our AI and so much of capabilities available out of the box, we generally tend to have all these services available directly to us. Okay, so what Microsoft offers in the Power Platform here is, let me quickly close the presentation, drag this here. So what Microsoft is offering us is Microsoft is giving us pre-built AI models. Okay, now we can have our own AI models as well, but these pre-built AI models solves the general general business needs, ranging from invoice read to the emotion detection in your feedback that you've received from the end user, and the image processing where you want to see, okay, this is the I want to set up, let's say, whether my machine upgrade is done or not. I want to recognize that particular machine, that particular component. I can train my model to take that up. So there are different categories of AI models that have been available directly for use. We don't have to go and create that model. We might need to train the model as per our need, but general case scenarios where like an invoice where everything is in a journal format, it can be easily used directly. Okay, so for the documents, we have the invoice extraction, or we have the text extraction from the photos and the videos. So this model is available. Then we have the information extraction from the receipts, where you click the picture and quickly extract it. Then you have the business card as well. So you also, we have some of these demos on our website. Again, on our YouTube channel, where whatever the updates comes in, if that comes in first on our YouTube channel as well, we make sure that all the updates are available to you. So at any point of time, you can easily go and check. Just subscribe to our page, and you'll stay up to date with all the updates that are going on in the Power Platform. Along with that, we have the text one as well. We have the structured data models as well. We have the images model as well. Uh, Now the question comes in, okay, so the models are here, but how to consume these models? Then in that case, you simply click on this one, and you can use this model directly, be this model as is in a flow or in an application. It's just a click away. So if I do this, it will automatically create a Canvas application based on this model for me to use directly. Okay. Now in this case, let it quickly do. Till that time, what I'll do is I'll open up one of the applications there where we are consuming this particular flow. We go to main. So this is the invoice AI. So just 1 second, sorry, apologies. Again, this. Again, this is a Canvas application. It's not a model-driven application, and yeah, okay, cool. This is run here. Again, let me pull up a message. Yep. Okay. Now, this is one of the line. Generally, we get these feedbacks on our products. So if I go here and click on analyze, it will quickly tell me that is positive. Okay. So let me find something which is a negative statement. And a bit bigger one. Okay. So let's say this. Analyze, again, it's a positive 97%. It recognizes what is there, whether the end user is positive about, and whether the end user is negative about his or her comments. You can generally pull all these comments, and then you can see that it analyzes the sentiment that are there in that particular one and quickly does it for you. And similarly, what we have is an invoice processing. Okay. Now, in case of invoice processing, we have few invoice samples here. So let's quickly take up one of these invoices. What it will do is on the image upload, it will quickly open. Let me open these invoices separately for you so that we know that what information we are viewing as of now. So these are the different invoices samples that we are taking in. So if we see here, we have taken the one with the yellow headings. Let's quickly go with this one, this one. Okay, so again, sample ID. Let's take this one in this case. Since it is 00, let's take this one with the QR code. The moment you upload it on this particular action, it is quickly going to that particular AI model. That AI model is processing what the invoice total is. If we see in this case, invoice total is coming out to be this much. What is the invoice ID? Invoice ID in this case should be listed here. Invoice number should be see here. This is automatically picking up. So these AI models are pre-built for you and ready to use with a single click. That's what the power of the AI models is. So let me quickly come back here. Let's leave this as well. Let's go back to the AI models. Again, in the back end, these AI models now this one again done by one of our teams. That as we show you that this is the invoice sample that we have, invoicing sample here. That's how easy it is to integrate that AI. And again, this is a demo account that I'm using, so please ignore these messages. Otherwise, you can always have a free trial account and where you can understand these processes and purchase a license accordingly. So yes, this is the one as I showed you. Again, you upload any invoice, it quickly extract this, and similarly we have different AI models there with us, which we can consume easily for our daily things, daily business things, like whether it's analyzing a feedback, whether it's you are let's say putting up an image recognition or a text recognition, all of that can be easily done. That's pretty much it regarding the AI builder. This AI models can be used directly. Uh, these AI models can be used directly within the flow as well as a Canvas application. So with a single click, yes, as we saw, it can easily build an application and you can use this out of the box only. There's no special setup required, but yes, it does offer a capability to train these as per your data as well. So if you have a specific request, if you have some 100,000, let's say 1,000 or 100 images which you can train this with for your specific business requirement, yes, these can be trained and extend the capability can be extended further. I hope that is clear. With this, we are done with the Power Platforms. If you have any question, any problem, any concern, we can always reach out to us at contact on the email ID contactors@sbPowerDev.com. We'll be more than happy to help you with any problem that you have. Consultation with us is always free, and you can this is the email ID, this is the website ID. Go on, reach out to us. Don't forget to follow us on the YouTube, LinkedIn. All the updates comes in there. Keep yourself updated with that information. There's an upcoming Azure AI fundamentals training and the Azure fundamentals training in the next couple of months. Look forward to your emails. Look forward to our LinkedIn page. We'll get the link there. Don't forget to register. And thank you so very much for joining in today. And we are wrapping this session a bit early. For everyone's sake, we put in some additional. I'm not sure whether I'm good at it or not, but we don't have any questions today. But yes, if you have a question which you got to raise or something you'd like to raise later, then definitely you can go ahead and take that question with us on this particular I mentioned on your screen. Again, thank you so very much and have a good day. or good evening. Thank you for joining us and look forward to meeting you again in our other upskilling sessions.